Okay, hey guys, and welcome to another brand new upload here that I am bringing you tonight on the Wrestling Fan for Life 98 channel. This is me, Wrestling Fan for Life 98, and I am back, as always, guys, to bring you yet another new video on the channel, which you've probably seen in the last couple of days. I have been pretty active recently, and that I've been again uploading again one or two more of my vlogs and all that. Well, a few bonus vlogs from again from when I went to see WWE live and that, with putting on my channel that I put it on the full entrances of both Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins on my YouTube channel and all that, guys. So if you want to again check those vlogs out, then again feel free to, after when that I've again done this video, and when this is all when I've basically again just click on those videos at the end of this, because I will put them at the end of this video, so you can see them if you haven't again and you're subscribed to my channel but you haven't seen either of those yet. But like I said, they were just again pretty much just two little bonus vlogs that I just again wanted to add in as individual vlogs. And again, just to pretty much, just because I thought it would be quite fun, and just putting them on separately. So again, that's the entrances of both Cody Rhodes' entrance and Seth Rollins' entrance as well. From when I went to WWE live, when I was there in Birmingham again, which was now over 2 weeks ago. So again, you can check again both of those out, and so I mean, again, they're just again short videos anyway. I mean, they do only last for only just over 3 minutes and all that. So again, if you just have the time just to see both of them, then like I said, that they are on my channel to go and see after this, or again at any time, as I said, guys, when you feel free to. Just to take a look at them and give them a like, and want to just check them out. So there you go with that, because they're extended entrances. That's what I'm saying. It's they're extended entrances and that. So when I mean individual, that I mean that they're just extended sort of entrances of their entrances. So of Cody and Seth. And their entrances. So there we go with that. But again, with that aside though, that again, I am actually going to be again giving you guys today my thoughts and what my post reactions are following on from WWE Backlash 2023, which again is now nearly a week removed now since Backlash. So that I'm just gonna quickly give you my thoughts on Backlash, and of course in Puerto Rico last weekend, and then I will just again touch on just one or two other little things as well, going over one or two other stuff with AEW as well, to throw in a little bit of AEW as well at the end of this, after going over WWE Backlash from last weekend of Backlash 2023. So so I thought that Backlash, I mean, again, I think it delivered. I would definitely say that with my thoughts on Backlash, I would definitely say that that the event delivered for WWE, and that the crowds, I mean, again, in Puerto Rico, again, were just some of the best crowds that I think WWE's probably ever had for an event, or that they've had for certainly, again, like you'd probably say definitely within the last decade. That is just how good that this Puerto Rico fan base was, and that's how crazy that they were for Backlash, last weekend. And you could just tell, like, you could just definitely tell that they were there just to have a great time, to see Backlash, and just again to have, like, WWE being there and all that, putting on, a premium event, in Puerto Rico for the first time in 18 years. And just definitely, again, like, it definitely succeeded, I think, the expectations for WWE that even I didn't expect. And again, it didn't feel like a house show, like it didn't even feel like a typical house show, or it didn't feel like again, like just like your average kind of house show. Like, no, like again, it had a great atmosphere. The crowd in Puerto Rico, again, were just passionate fans. Like that, they were just passionate, and you could just tell, like, that they definitely, again, were following, the Bad Bunny and Damian Priest match, the street fight, and also Selena Vega as well. And even again the main event between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar as well. And again, and they were just great. I mean, like I said, the Puerto Rico fans, were amazing. They were just a great crowd there. Well, I think everyone's pretty much said that anyway. I think everyone has all, like, praised, how good the crowd was, how special of an atmosphere which they created. Because even though, again, it was just, like I said, I mean, the attendance again was just 17,944 fans, which it says here on Wikipedia. But again, it just felt like so much more than that. It just felt like it was in front of like 50,000 fans, and that's just how good of an atmosphere, that they created. So again, thumbs up though to Puerto Rico, 2 thumbs up on that, because like I said, I mean, they definitely again created just one hell of a unique atmosphere. Even though, like I said, I mean, a lot of it you couldn't really understand, because obviously, like, that a lot of, again, the chants were in Spanish and were in, like, their own language, obviously. But again, you could just still tell that they were invested in what they were seeing. I mean, I would say, like, for most of the show, like definitely, even when, again, like, the opening match as well, with Bianca Belair and Io Sky in the opening match for the Raw Women's Championship, that they actually cheered for Io Sky, and actually, turned against, Bianca Belair in the opening match. But yeah, so again, they were just a great crowd, and it was brilliant. And again, it just created a great atmosphere, and it was, again, good, like, for the fans to watch as well, because it just came through on the screen. Like, it just came through how electric that it was. So again, we have to say that Puerto Rico, was a great crowd, and again, and we'll see if WWE goes back there again. Like, we'll definitely have to see if this leads to more premium events again, going to Puerto Rico. But definitely that, again, but in the wider picture, but like going forward, as I said, that WWE again just needs to continue, doing events like this, like just putting on these type of events, because they just feel, like just like a big deal at the moment. Well, not a big deal, but even again, like, to go back to again, the Royal Rumble this year was a pretty good show. Elimination Chamber had a great atmosphere as well, because of the main event of, again, Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 39, obviously, again, also turned out to be successful. Whether you want to, again, admit that or not, because of what happened between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in the main event. But regardless, it was still, again, just an incredible success, WrestleMania this year, in what it generated, and again, and just, well, again, just again, that there was, I mean, yes, again, the Raw after WrestleMania, again, wasn't pretty, wasn't, the best Raw that we'd seen, after WrestleMania, but still, WrestleMania again itself was still, again, it still went down as a successful weekend. And as I said then, for Backlash, like I said last weekend, I mean, Backlash did well. And I mean, yeah, so I definitely would say that the WWE this year, with these premium events, like they've been good, they've been solid, to really good, and Backlash was I think was a good show. So I think, as I said, I'm not going to again say that everyone again was pleased with Backlash. I mean, I think again when it did come down to it, I think some fans, were a bit confused. That Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, didn't go on to be the main event of Backlash, and I think that some fans probably thought that was going to main event Backlash over, Cody and Brock, who did end up getting the main event, at Backlash. But regardless, I mean, I still think, though, that despite, again, a few issues with some of the match placing, that I still think, again, that still did not affect, I mean, the crowd, just being great. And again, it was still again just a unique atmosphere. It was just a unique atmosphere to watch again, as well, to see that as a fan, and just to see their investment again, just to see the investment that the crowd there had. And yeah, so and that's what you want to see with all crowds again. I mean, that is the example of what you should get. So there you are. So Backlash, I mean, did do well, and yeah. So I mean, first off though, the first match of the night, as I said, was Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, and as it was pretty much predicted though, Bianca Belair did defeat Io Sky to retain her WWE Raw Women's Championship. So Bianca Belair is still the Raw Women's Champion. Now, a lot of people, again, did actually think that this actually turned out to be, if it wasn't, again, like for Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, then this match, could have maybe been, like, the best match of Backlash. Like, that's how good that this match was. With some fans, how praised that Io Sky and Bianca Belair's match was. And it was a good match. I mean, you could definitely tell that Io Sky, I said this before, but she had, the fans, cheering for her, even though, again, that she's in Damage Control. But she, again, she got cheered. She was getting the cheers from the crowd in Puerto Rico, and that they were like booing, Bianca Belair, and the fans, just weren't getting behind Belair. And again, I think it's just for the fact that Io Sky, was coming into this match again, probably as the underdog, and probably for the fact that she's smaller compared to Bianca, and I don't know, I just think. Because again, I think she's a great worker as well, Io Sky, and I think people know her abilities. I think people know that she's definitely got talent. I mean, people know that she's good in the ring. Io Sky, probably one of the best women, female wrestlers, in WWE, if not the best. Certainly again for her size. I mean, obviously, yeah, you've got Oscar as well, who's or who you can compare Io Sky with, but definitely I think regardless, to Io Sky losing to Bianca Belair, which again it did feel predictable anyway, because I think we just knew that Bianca was going to retain. But it was still, again, just a really fun match. It was a really good match between Bianca Belair and Io Sky that they delivered, and yeah, so it was really good, and but Damage Control though, did end up sort of costing Io Sky. Well, it sort of again led to Io Sky, losing to Bianca Belair as a result, because they tried again to help Io Sky, but it backfired. So so there we go with that. So it does again create a bit more again, like a little bit of, tension, between Damage Control and well, tonight on Friday Night SmackDown, they've actually got, a women's tag team championship match against, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They've got a women's championship match tonight. So whether again they win that, I don't know, but probably not, because I still think like that they are going to, split up Damage Control and having, Io Sky, or certainly Io Sky, probably like breaking away, from Bayley and from Dakota Kai. So there we go with that. Just because again, I think Io Sky just is a great wrestler, and that I feel that, that being in Damage Control, like I'm not saying that it is limited her, but you do feel that if she was just again a solo, if she was just on her own, she'd probably be even better, Io Sky. And we know that, we know she can be better, and we know that, as I said again, that so there we go with that match. And then the next match after that then saw Seth freaking Rollins defeating Omos with MVP by pinfall in a singles match, which lasted for 10 minutes and 30 seconds, just going over, 10 minutes, which again is not too bad. Now, a lot of people again did actually think this was Omos's, one of his best matches as well. Here against, Seth. And, it probably was. I mean, this probably could have been Omos's best match, one-on-one, and going again against someone, again, like I said, I mean, like Seth freaking Rollins, but I think, again, though, like, some people, probably, again, didn't get, why, again, Omos had to be pinned by Seth Rollins, because I think, well, that he had to, take a clean pinfall win. Lost to Seth Rollins, because that again, it did make Omos then come off like I said, that he lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and then losing here, at Backlash to Seth freaking Rollins. But, Seth freaking Rollins, though, is, competing, well, he is in this tournament, to crown the new World Heavyweight Champion at Night of Champions. So, again, it probably, again, was to just have Seth Rollins, looking strong. But I can understand why, again, it probably didn't make sense for Omos to take a pinfall loss here. And again, I mean, whether it was the right move or not, I don't know. And perhaps again, he probably again should have just been like counted out or something like that. Like maybe, Seth Rollins could have just like hit a stomp on Omos on the outside. Like, well, instead of doing it in the ring. But regardless, like I said, Seth Rollins did, pin Omos. So after he hit a curb stomp off the top rope, a super stomp on Omos to defeat Omos. And as I said, I mean, Seth freaking Rollins, as we do know, went on Monday Night Raw the following night to compete in this World Heavyweight Championship tournament, where he will now be in the finals at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, after he won a triple threat match against Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest, and then that he defeated Finn Balor. He defeated Finn Balor in the semi-finals to make it into the finals, and that he is again the favorite again to become the first, World Heavyweight Champion. So there we go with that for that match. And the next match then after that was then Austin Theory, who took on Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed in a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. Now this match again was the shortest match out of all the matches here, with only lasting 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, I mean, why again it was, only again, like just over 6 minutes long, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad triple threat match. But Austin Theory again, like being this heel which he is, basically again tried to take advantage of both Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed by trying to just come back into the ring to get a pinfall and all that. And basically it ended up being Bobby Lashley ended up spearing Bronson Reed, but Austin Theory then like chucked Bobby Lashley out of the ring, and he pinned Bronson Reed to retain the United States Championship. So, the finish again, was a generic sort of like win for Austin Theory again. Again, like a cowardly sort of win. By just throwing Bobby Lashley out of the ring and then pinning Bronson Reed after again that Lashley did hit a spear on Bronson Reed. So, yeah, like again, just the ending again was probably a bit flat and it did feel a bit, deflating. But at the same time, I mean, again, Austin Theory, it is still on a good run at the moment, with the United States Championship. So I get the fact that they're still trying to make Theory look, like again, like he can beat Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed, but again, it still again just felt a bit like of a cheap win for Austin Theory, but just sort of again just a cheap way for him to win this match. Just again, yeah, just to get a win. But again, that's what heels do, though. I guess, and I guess you could probably say it's probably again what MJF probably would have done as well, in that situation, like somebody like an MJF. But again, regardless, it was still a pretty decent triple threat match. But again, it just again didn't like last, for that long. It didn't again get too much time to last long, but still, it still was what it was. A pretty decent triple threat match, but it's probably again not going to be worth like going back to. But because again, like I said, I mean the finish again was just a little bit flat, and again just a bit generic, just a generic sort of win for Theory. So. But there we go with that. So A-Town Down is still the United States champion for now. But there we go with that. And the next match then was Rhea Ripley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Zelina Vega. Again, like I said, who came back to compete in her hometown in Puerto Rico. And I mean, again, it was, an emotional night for Zelina Vega. Again, with her family being there, all of her family and just friends. And it just definitely was an emotional night for Zelina Vega, which ultimately, again, just led to, to Rhea Ripley, defeating Zelina Vega. But yeah, it was just an overwhelming reaction for Zelina Vega when she showed the Puerto Rico flag in her attire at the start of the match. But yeah, so it was just a great night for Zelina Vega. Well, a great reaction for her. Probably again, like obviously like the best reaction she's probably ever had in her career for obvious reasons. But yeah, it was just a special moment for someone like Zelina Vega, and yeah, it was just a great night for her. Even though again, like I said, that we knew she wasn't going to defeat Rhea Ripley here, she wasn't going to take the SmackDown Women's Championship. But like I said, she did still try to put up a fight against Zelina Vega, but ultimately, again, it's like I said, Rhea Ripley ended up giving her the riptide to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. So there we go with that. And then it was the next match then after that, and that these were now the three, so-called like triple, this was like the triple main event now. So you had Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in the San Juan Street Fight, where Bad Bunny defeated Damian Priest, and that this match was the longest match of the night, which lasted for 25 minutes. And yeah, and like I said, Bad Bunny put in a very good performance here against Damian Priest, and just put on a show. Like he just again put on a show for the fans there in Puerto Rico, and yeah, man, him and Damian Priest just had had one hell of a street fight match. And for this being Bad Bunny's first singles match, it was definitely it definitely again was received well. And you had the surprises of Carlito, who got a huge pop. Carlito returned, and that was cool seeing Carlito as well. Again in this like cameo, and also for Savio Vega as well, when they came out to try and save Bad Bunny from the Judgment Day, well, from Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. So so this match again just again it exceeded expectations, and they both again just nailed it here, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. Like they nailed it here in this street fight, and Damian Priest again got the right amount of heat as well. So so it was a great performance by Bad Bunny here, a great showing for him, and rightfully again like getting praise for this match, Bad Bunny, and just again because it's like that he took this match seriously, Bad Bunny, like, and he pulled out like a lot of would go over the top ropes and all that, and would just like he would just really try to put on a show, and that's what Bad Bunny did. So for again in San Juan, well, in Puerto Rico. So there we go with that. So definitely again, it was probably again like the best match of the night. That's why I'd probably say this was the match of the night, just because that again it was just a great match. So there we go with that. And the next match then was the 6-man tag team match of the Bloodline, Solo, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso taking on Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And as again predicted, the Bloodline defeated Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn after that Solo Sikoa again hit the Samoa Spike on Matt Riddle to claim the win, the W for the Bloodline. And the Bloodline here had to get a win, obviously, because they've had like a rough sort of few weeks now, since after WrestleMania, when the Usos losing again the tag team titles to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then losing in their rematch as well 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. But tonight Roman Reigns is going to be set to return to Friday Night SmackDown, so that again is going to be interesting to see what Roman Reigns is going to do with this tension sort of going on with Solo and the Usos, because again it was teased again that Solo was actually going to hit. He nearly again hit Jey Uso with the Samoan Spike as well, before again that he then hit Matt Riddle instead. Or I think it was like Sami Zayn, but so, and this match though lasted for 22 minutes, but again, like the Usos, so the Bloodline did get a great reaction though in Puerto Rico as well. But the actual match itself, was again, it was good as you could expect it to be. As I said, with these 6 guys in this match here. We know again what to already expect, between the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But it was a good 6-man tag team match, and yeah, I mean, I guess it served its purpose to fuel more sort of like, again, just the fact that Solo and Jey Uso sort of again had a bit of a moment in that. So there we go with that. But then lastly then, the main event then, as I said, out of Backlash then was Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar in a singles match. And this only lasted for 9 minutes and 40 seconds. And that Cody Rhodes defeated Brock Lesnar, as I predicted. But again, this match, though, again, just only lasted for 10 minutes. For under 10 minutes. For 9 minutes and 40 seconds. But, yeah, so that there, guys, is pretty much, my thoughts, though, on Backlash, really, from last weekend. So I'd probably, again, say that the best match of the night, again, I would probably say was Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in the street fight match. But I would definitely say, again, that it was definitely just a very solid, a very entertaining, event. And again, that it also, again, did well for Backlash because it made it the most highest grossing Backlash, premium event as well. So, again, it did its job. And I think, again, that it goes to show that the fans there in Puerto Rico just played a part in making Backlash, being really good. So I definitely, again, that it is definitely, again, surpassed the last two sort of Backlashes, WrestleMania Backlash in 2021 and last year's as well. So there we go with that, guys. And that just quickly, I would just touch on one or two other things as well, one or two other news. Now that apparently AEW All In at Wembley Stadium now is now apparently reportedly sold 74,000 tickets, which is good, and that's what I saw earlier on today. So that is not looking too bad for AEW All In. And that lastly, that on AEW Dynamite as well, that Jon Moxley took on Kenny Omega in a steel cage match as well, which I haven't seen Dynamite yet, so I'm going to be seeing that match tonight, because I'm going to catch up on it tonight to see this steel cage match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega in this feud between the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club as well. So, and reigniting the feud between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega from 2 years ago. Wow, from 2021. That was, the match they had at AEW Revolution 2021 in that death match which they had, which had the really sort of anticlimactic ending. But yeah, so that is pretty much, though, what I wanted to say in this video, guys. And yeah, so that there is my thoughts there on WWE Backlash 2023. And again, just another, successful, event for WWE. So, yeah, and it's like I said now that this World Heavyweight Championship tournament continues on Friday Night SmackDown tonight, where there's going to be, again, a dream triple threat match as AJ Styles, Edge, and Rey Mysterio are going to be in a triple threat match. And in the other triple threat match, there will be Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, and Sheamus, which I think will also be a good triple threat match as well. But definitely, yeah, I am looking forward to seeing Edge, Rey Mysterio, and AJ Styles in that triple threat match there tonight. And also, like I said, that Roman Reigns is making his return SmackDown as well, because he is again going to be scheduled. He's scheduled to defend, well, to certainly again to compete at WWE Night of Champions as well. Later this month, apparently, that he is going to be having a match. But again, who that's going to be against, we don't quite know yet. But and again, and to be interesting to see what happens, you know, with the Bloodline, well, with the Usos on SmackDown tonight, you know, with both Jimmy and Jay, because again, we know that they're under pressure. We know that Roman Reigns again has been watching, you know, all this sort of this stuff going on with Solo and the Usos, but yeah, so we'll see again how Roman Reigns responds to all that. But yeah, guys, so as I said, that I hope again you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry again that, like I said, that I didn't again bring this up to you, you know, on Wednesday, because I was again going to do this on Wednesday. But I've done it now for you guys, and so I hope you enjoyed it, and it's up now. So yeah, so that is my thoughts on WWE Backlash 2023, guys. And until my next video, which will come in probably the next week or so, it might even be it might even be Double or Nothing now. It might be for AEW Double or Nothing 2023. But yeah, so which is later this month. Well, at the end of this month as well. So until then though, guys, I will see you, and again, and just look out again for content, for, you know, again, for more content coming, as I said though. And yeah, so I'm out, guys, and enjoy your day, whatever you're up to, and peace.